Private Dyer, Joe C., Private Elder, Archie A., First Lieutenant Evans, Reese P. Jr., Sergeant Felix, Kenneth E., Second Lieutenant Forrester, Royal E., PFC Good, Glenn P., Private Hahn, William R., Staff Sergeant Hamner, Melvin L., PFC Hogan, Paul R., Second Lieutenant Harriges, Norbert W., Second Lieutenant Hill, Charles J., PFC Hissong, Harold E., Sergeant Holland, Orville B., Staff Sergeant Holmes, Bernhard T., Corporal Hoke, Richard J., Private Harbrick, Harry H., Private Ingram, Wilbur L., PFC Johnson, Lawrence C., Private Johnson, Leo R., PFC Kazarane, Harry, Staff Sergeant Kirkpatrick, Ward W., Private Lawler, Timothy J., Tech 3 Madden, Eldred W., Sergeant Meyer, Ernest A., Corporal McElharsey, James D., Staff Sergeant Metcalf, Frederick F., PFC Mitchell, Clarence, PFC Murphy, William J., PFC Odegaard, Alfred W., Sergeant Olson, Ellis W., First Lieutenant O'Neill, John D., PFC Peterson, Leland A., Corporal Proctor, John C., Corporal Pulliam, Harold E., Second Lieutenant Putnam, Warren L., Private Quinlan, John L., Corporal Ray, James E., Tech 5 Rhodes, Delbert A., Private Ritter, Rex S., Tech 5 Rogers, Charles N., Rockstad, Kenneth B., Second Lieutenant Rockstad, Kenneth B., Sergeant Roche, Harold W., Tech Sergeant Saling, Bert A., Tech 5 Schooley, Myron L., Private Search, Lewis N., Tech 5 Sundal, George A., Staff Sergeant Thompson, Calmer O., Private Tilton, Delbert L., Tech 5 Torgerson, Oscar, Sergeant Unwin, Edward W., Private Vanover, Calvin T., Staff Sergeant Wagner, Neil A., First Lieutenant Wendt, Wayne A., Staff Sergeant Wilhelm, Archie B., Tech Sergeant Zeke, Willie N.W. When you hear your name, please stand. Rudy Matul, Sergeant, United States Marine Corps. Joe Varmans, H.N., United States Navy Reserve. Larry Anderson, United States Army. Art Vandera, U.S. Air Force. Jesse Reynolds, United States Navy. John R. Jones, United States Army and served United States Air Force. Todd Groves, Sergeant, United States Marine Corps. We just want to take the time to recognize those that have fallen and have gone before us, and we really need to remember while we're able to stand here and meet freely and wear a uniform in a place like this, and where people from different walks of life can come together, from someone that's in the realm of politics to someone that's serving actively in the military to someone that's serving down in the local store. We owe a lot to those who gave the ultimate price, and that was a lot of names to be read from one county. That's a lot of people. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here, and let us not forget those who paid the ultimate price. Thank you.
It's time to pray to the God who watches o'er us. It's time to seek His help without delay. The world is dark, for the clouds of war still threaten. It's time for all America to pray. If we would keep the flag of freedom flying, secure the peace for which we all are crying. It's time to pray our sin and God confessing. It's time for all America to pray. Its enemies increase around us, we can drop our guard. Problems here at home confound us in our own backyard. Troubles unrelenting down us, living hard. It's time to pray. It's time to pray to the God who watches o'er us. It's time to seek His help without delay. The world is dark, for the clouds of war still threaten. It's time for all America to pray. When we would keep the flag of freedom flying, secure the peace for which we all are crying. It's time to pray our sin and wrong confessing. It's time to all America to pray. It's time for all America to pray.
And it's been quite an honor to be here already, to see that people still care. People still care. And I wish that, like the little skits that were put on could be done for the younger Marines today, to see that people had to make sacrifices years ago to support what was being done for that nation. And we do everything by email now, and it's so impersonal. But I tell you what, the correspondence back and forth between the husband and the wife with the letters, that really touched my heart. And people need to understand that it's a serious business, but it's as serious at home as it is abroad, because somebody's missing somebody, and you know what? Somebody's daddy's not going to come back home. And boy, that's tough. That's tough. If you're gone for 5 weeks or 5 months, it's still a long time to a child and to a mother, to a parent, to a brother or sister. It still means a lot, and that's tough. But everything's been done beautifully. And so now it's time to take a look at the Word of God. And that's why I'm here, to talk about Jesus. I love my brother, and we've become good friends. We met back in 2005, actually early 2006. And we've been friends ever since. And I like my job. I love what I do, but I love Jesus more. Because we're all going to take that last breath one day, and nobody's going to be in heaven asking you if you were in the Marine Corps. Nobody's going to care. What they're going to know is, did you love Jesus? That's what they're going to know. And you know what? In 100 years from now, nobody's going to care that I was in the Marine Corps. The only thing that's going to last 100 years from now is what I did for Jesus Christ. I mean, really, that's the truth. And it's a good thing, all the sacrifices that were made. And man, my granddaddy went to World War II, and he fought there. He was in the U.S. Army. And I'm thankful, and I appreciate what he did. But nothing can compare to the sacrifice that Christ made on the cross at Calvary. You know, people were thankful when our folks